Hey guys, welcome back to Real Housewives Recaps. Today we're talking Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip, Season 1, Episode 5, Stormy Waters. You guys, I am really enjoying this season. I am. I'm enjoying the show. I know I'm shocked, but I am. I say this every time. I guess I just went into this with very low expectations, and I'm really enjoying it. It's not like a chore to talk about. I find myself watching and then dying to get on and talk to you guys about it. So, and you guys are awesome in the comments. Thank you so much. You guys have given me so much information along the way. You guys seem to be enjoying it too. And I love that. I think that's fantastic. And it's just something fun. And, you know, I appreciate all the support and all the love that I'm getting in the comments about it. But I hope you can hear the joy in my voice because I'm loving talking about this. I really am. It's just light and fun. And I don't know, it doesn't have the dark undertones of some of I mean, there's darkness there. Hello, Ramona. But I'm just saying as some of the seasons, you know, or some of the series get into, I'm just enjoying the heck out of it. And I'm so glad you're here with me. So without further ado, let's talk about it. FYI, coming up, there's a bunch of good stuff. I talked about it on my last video. Jen Shah's Hulu thing is coming out November 29th. You better believe I will be watching that. Real Housewives of Miami coming out sometime in December. Still haven't gotten a date on that. Emily in Paris, new season, if that's your thing, December 22nd. Great British Bake Off. I'm a huge fan of that. They have a holiday season coming out December 3rd. Selling Sunset Season 4 just hit Netflix. So we'll be talking about a lot of stuff, a lot of good stuff coming up, and I am here for it, and I can't wait. Well, let's get into this episode. Or as I like to call it, Ramona continues to be an asshole episode. So how about just right off the bat when the producer is laughing at Ramona because she's talking about being a softer, nicer person. Yeah, not so much Ramona. Okay, so we start off at the Triton Villa. Of course, we're still in Turks and Caicos. What is this, day number 5? We start off with Teresa getting her daily card from Louis. You guys, I'm going to stop and say, this is the most I've liked Teresa. And you know what? At the dinner, and I'm going to jump ahead, at the dinner, I found her very likable, and I'm shocked to be saying that. And some of you guys in the comments have expressed your love for Teresa. I've never understood her cult following in the past, and I still don't know if I do. She's, you know, different. But I am. I'm liking her in this series. You know who else I like in this series? I am shocked that I like Kyle. Because Kyle drives me mother effing crazy on her Beverly Hills, but I'm enjoying the heck out of her on this show, and I can't believe I'm saying that. I know, it's wild. Okay. So much going on. I'm kind of skipping over it. They are heading to go out. It's Kenya's plan to take them all out on this yacht day. And then they're going to be resetting the villa for a special dinner that evening cooked by Teresa. So they head over in the cars. Kenya keeps saying it smells like they're covering up a poo smell in there. And I just kept thinking of Ramona and Sonia. Not even going to go there. Kenya points out that they all look great except for Ramona. Got to agree there. Lou, of course, in Lou way, elegance is learned, my friend. Kenya says something about her nanny being embarrassing her because she wore flip-flops. I'm sorry. When you're taking care of a kid, you go comfortable. Yeah, that's kind of ridiculous. Even Kyle says it's unrelatable, and I found that very funny because if you remember correctly, Kyle had a Rolex postmated to her during dinner. Yeah, so she's calling it unrelatable. So there's that. So we're at the marina. We see the beautiful yacht. Apparently it's an 80-footer. All I could think of is they should have hooked up with Below Deck and chartered something. Or even better, I love Captain Glenn and the sailing yacht and chartered that for the day. Anyway, Kenya's calling it the Rich Bitch Yacht Day. I don't know about you guys, but I want to be a rich bitch on a yacht. That sounds pretty great to me. They're having margaritas. They're dancing on deck, having a great time. They're all cheersing Kenya. Again, Kenya, I'm loving her this season. We see the paparazzi following the boat, taking pictures. I don't know about this. That felt a little staged to me. Come on. But it was funny. They were all posing for pictures, and Kyle was being silly, and there you go. P.S. Never seen a long-sleeve bathing suit. I mean, I'm pretty pale, so sometimes I wear those long-sleeve cover-ups, but I don't think I've seen a long-sleeve, poofy-sleeve bathing suit like this. Interesting. So it starts to rain. They all decide to go downstairs for lunch. Lou says it's nothing compared to the Cartagena barf boat, which was so gross and brought back so many memories. Remember, again, pooping incident. I'll leave it there. Ramona says she's become more self-aware because of the show. Lou says that she's notoriously rude to the people of the house. Ramona has no idea what Lou's talking about because Ramona has zero self-awareness. And Lou calls her out for living in her own little world. Okay, let's just talk about this for a second. Ramona's blaming her mom. Ramona blames anything she can, usually. And I'm not belittling her childhood. That sounds awful, the things that she's experienced. But she blames that. She uses that a lot. Kenya brings up an excellent point. She says, listen, I had a horrible mom, but I don't speak to people like that. Now, I will say, Kenya, you've spoken to people, a.k.a. my girl Portia, not so great in the past, but that's, again, I'm still on your side versus horrible Ramona. So, I don't know. It's just, Kyle's trying to tell the story about how she grew up and how she's supposed to treat people and all this. Ramona starts making faces at Melissa. Melissa is kind of talking over the story that Kyle's telling. Kenya tells Melissa, please respect everyone when they're talking. Melissa says, I've heard this. And Kenya, very funny, points out, you're doing the Ramona. I've heard the story before. And I thought she had a pretty good point. Cynthia says this is not the first time this happened. We all talk over each other. And, okay, again, I'm jumping around here. But Cynthia, I really liked her on her show. But she's kind of bugging the piss out of me on this show, huh? A lot of you guys have said the same thing, that she's too clingy to Kenya. It's too much. Like, I understand that that's your friend you came in with, but freaking lighten up. It's a girls' trip. Even Melissa says, like, this is very serious for a yacht party. And Melissa makes a joke about them all being attention, and Cynthia gets mad about that. And I thought that was ridiculous. She said she receives her seriousness. They go back upstairs. They drink. They have fun. Kenya has a game. First they see a boat full of guys. They're whistling. Ramona's doing some crazy-ass turtle time dance from Scary Island. And, okay, so Kenya has this game, right? And I think, this sounds like so much fun. It's about things they've said in the past, shady things they've said on the shows. I was actually really looking forward to this game called Who Said That? Because I love shady lines. I'd like to know the explanations behind the shady lines and what the wives were thinking. Well, that's not what happened. They pulled one card. It had to do with Tom. And here's what really went down. She says she's moved on, but obviously Tom is a sore subject. But then again, how could it not be? A lot of things came of it, including her arrest. But Ramona is the shittiest human being in the whole wide world. Ramona, I don't even know how to say it. It's like, she doesn't like it when things aren't about her, right? So she even makes the Tom thing about her and pretends like she's triggered by it. And but I've totally forgot. Remember, Ramona called up Tom's ex-girlfriend when Lou, I think, first got engaged to him or started seeing him. I don't know. Lou was pissed. That was what the quote was about, and says she did it to hurt her. Ramona says she's a girl's girl. Ha ha ha. My favorite part, Kenya falls over and says, bitch, I'm dead. I love Kenya there. I thought that was fantastic. Ramona says says about Lou, she effed him the first time she met him. Ramona, you know what? This is why, one of the million reasons she bugs me. First of all, why does that matter? Like, that's none of your business. And if she told you that, that's not yours to spread around. And who cares? I mean, who hasn't been there and done that? There's, that's Lou's deal, not yours. And it's just so weird to me how she's so, boobs out and then all of a sudden gets chased about sex. It's so strange. But then on her season, anybody with a penis, she's just, all over. She can't even think straight. She's, pushing the other women out of the way. It makes no sense. She's a hypocrite. Drives me crazy. And I just don't think anybody should be judged on, whether they bang or not. If it's two consenting adults, who gives a shit, we're grown-ups. This is stupid. Okay. So Ramona sucks, right? We all know this. And Kyle asks Ramona how many times she's effed somebody on the first date, and she's like, never. Oh, okay. Kenya calls her and says it's a crock of shit, and this is where it goes down. Ramona says, oh, F you. Woo! Probably shouldn't have said that. Kenya says, do you want your ass thrown over the boat? What's wrong with you? We don't need you here. You've insulted every single person. So Kenya starts going around to each girl talking about all the women she's disrespected. And unfortunately, Cynthia has short-term memory loss, forgets that Ramona disrespected her like 3 days ago on the trip, couldn't come up with anything. So there's some tension there between Kenya and Cynthia because Cynthia didn't immediately have Kenya's back with Ramona. I know, I'm talking real fast, but it's exciting and a lot of stuff's going down. You guys told me this was a great episode. This was a great episode. Okay, so Ramona's throwing out some BS apology, and Kenya says, bitch, I'm an icon. That was, like, so awesome. I love that, and Ramona's head is exploding. She tells Ramona she needs to be cleaning this boat, and I'm thinking she probably does, because she probably peed and pooped somewhere on the boat. And you're not going to speak to me this way. I made it clear the first time, and Ramona's like, sorry, I can't drink anymore. Yeah, so she's again using the excuse, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Kenya gets pissed and knocks the drink out of her hand, right? I know we can't condemn violence. I don't even think of this as violence. She didn't hit Ramona. She didn't do anything. She just knocked the drink out of her hand. I found it hilarious. Then Ramona's like clutching onto Kyle, and I don't know. It's just anything to take the attention off what an asshole she was being is what she'll do. Kyle says, dealing with Ramona is like dealing with a child. I'm trying to reason with her. So Kyle is trying to talk to Ramona and telling her to go apologize. And Ramona's like, to who? Obviously Kenya, and to apologize to Lou because you're an asshole to both of them. Okay, so Teresa says she wants Ramona to stop putting Luann down. This is where I like Teresa. Teresa had a much more level head, I thought. She's trying to tell Lou, and it comes up again later, why do you let Ramona talk to you like this? So, yeah, Lou kind of stood up for herself a little bit, but you'll see later, like when Ramona apologizes, she just kind of hugs her, and then she gets mad and walks away again, but there's not any consequence for Ramona. So we'll talk about that at the dinner, but I got to give, credit where credit's due, and I'll give it to Teresa. Ramona's trying to make it less awkward, but she just makes it more awkward. Lou points out that Ramona is a messy drunk. We've seen this for years. Lou and Kenya talk about what an asshole Ramona is. I keep saying that word. I'm sorry, but that's all I can think of. Lou says she feels sorry for Ramona. Again, that's where Lou, I guess, does need to have a backbone. Again, we'll talk about that later. Okay. They decide to go swimming. Kenya wants to do a TikTok. They're talking about this TikTok. They want to have a fun day. She just doesn't want to be in this fight anymore. So they decide to go swimming. A dolphin swims up to the boat. It was gorgeous. I was jealous. That looks like a perfect day. Melissa's freaking out, thinking that the dolphin's going to bite her. What? I guess they don't have a lot of dolphins in Jersey. Okay, so they give Ramona a solitary confinement / timeout. They send her over in a dinghy to the sandbar or wherever, to the beach by herself, or with the camera guys, the crew. And the rest of the ladies take their own dinghy over. So they go, they film this TikTok, and what's cool about seeing this is, I remember seeing this. I remember on social media when this came out that they were filming this, and I was excited to see it. And I thought, oh, cool to watch. Okay. Kenya's laughing, saying that this looks like someone's grandmother. I believe she was talking about Ramona's dancing. And again, they're all doing these coordinated moves. And Ramona says, I didn't even realize we were doing a TikTok. Okay, so they get back from the yacht. They're done for the day. They're going to go back to the house, and we find out Teresa's going to be making meatballs. On the way back, Teresa explains that Ramona has volunteered to help her in the kitchen. I'm sorry, since when has Ramona volunteered to help anybody with anything? Lou says normally, again, she brings up the drinking, that Ramona can handle her drink, and she was drinking a lot, and she's obviously gotten plastered. So we get back to the house. Teresa's making these beautiful chicken parms, these meatballs. My mouth is watering just looking at these pictures. Ramona is they have to come out with a new word for blackout drunk. She is blackout drunk. This is not me taking bad pictures. This is every shot of Ramona with her eyes closed, right? I'm still mouth-watering over these chicken. Okay, Ramona asked for an early piece of chicken. So finally Teresa's like, yeah, whatever, you can have it. Okay, so this is where things get real weird. So Ramona was supposed to have her hair and makeup done. After we see her making these sex noises and sex faces, that Michael is trying to get her to go get her hair and makeup done. She's saying these people were supposed to be there at 6. It's 7:30. She doesn't feel like doing it anymore. I never got clarification on that. Did you guys? Is that? I mean, she seemed to be confused on a lot of the other details. Was that right? Were they that late? It did appear like maybe they came a little after time. I just don't know if they were as late as she drunkenly thought they were. She says she doesn't feel like it anymore. She's trying to get Michael to send them away. Teresa says, well, they'll still charge you, Ramona. She's like, no, I had an appointment. They won't charge me. Okay. Supposed to be here at 6:30. We've heard this. And then Ramona says to him, does my hair look okay? And Michael's like, no, you have something in your hair. Go. So she goes upstairs. Cynthia then comes down to dinner. P.S. I love this dress on Teresa. I actually thought Teresa looked really beautiful. I don't always love her outfits, but I thought she looked pretty here. Okay, Cynthia's pissed. Apparently, she was waiting to get her makeup done. Ramona was first, but with Ramona being this crazy drunk biatch that we saw, she was disrespectful and took all Cynthia's time. So, P.S. Just so much going on. When Ramona went up to do her hair, there was this confusion. It comes up at the dinner here. Confusion about payment, it sounded like. She says that the lady was supposed to text her when she was there. She didn't get a text, and the lady's like, yes, I did text you. So Ramona wandered off looking for her phone. Forgot what she was doing, continued to drink, got another glass of wine, and talked to production about not putting the mic in her underwear. I mean, it's just like one ridiculous moment after another. So these poor hair and makeup people are just waiting around, and Cynthia's pissed because she's waiting on the hair and makeup people. I have to compliment Teresa again. I was talking shit about her last episode and her fashion sense. I actually thought she looked really beautiful here. The olive skin, the red dress. I thought she did. I thought she looked really pretty. One thing I'll say, ladies, don't line your lips with brown. This is disgusting, but I remember, it may have been Kate Chastain, somebody said it gives you the appearance of, how do I say this nicely? Beehole lips. And that's all I can think of when I see it. Don't line your lips in brown. Okay, just a little tip from me to you. Also, don't wear transition lenses. If you don't watch my Below Deck commentary, it has to do with that. So Teresa's going around saying very nice things about each woman, each one. She said the wonderful qualities about them. Even Ramona, I was surprised. I thought she was going to say something, bad about her. And she said, you rub us the wrong way, but to know you is to love you. It was sweet. I mean, she said a lot of nice things about people. Okay. She gets to Lou, and I am on Teresa's side on this. I thought Teresa did a great job. She's basically saying, don't let someone walk on you, which is exactly what Lou does with Ramona. And she says, have a backbone. And she says, I have your back. I thought it was really nice. I didn't see anything anything wrong with it. I think she was giving her a nudge to say, girl, you got this. Tell her to F off, Lou didn't like that. Again, I can't believe I'm saying I'm Team Teresa, but I am. Good for her. Okay, Cynthia is talking to the table, wants to apologize again to Teresa for being late, brings up the situation with Glam. They have it out. Apparently, Ramona, you and my Glam had a whole thing. You owed the lady for her services. Ramona's arguing she showed up late. Okay, I understand if there's confusion over time and all this. I don't understand Ramona. I think Ramona was just so drunk she didn't know what she was talking about. She kept talking about the bill. And Kenya rightly said something, and I didn't write it down. It was something like, well, if they tell you it's $100, you just pay the $100 and that's it. Like, there's no bill. And Ramona over and over drunkenly harped on this bill, whatever that means. And then Ramona's like, don't blame me, and kept saying she held the lady up for 5 minutes. The editors showed, no, it was more like 25 minutes. I actually think it was longer in the end. Cynthia says, you can't treat people like that by holding that makeup artist hostage. You know, she needed to come do my makeup so I could pay her and, you know, all the stuff. And Ramona's saying, I told her to go do your makeup. That's not, in the flashbacks, that's not what happened. She didn't tell her to go do her makeup. She said, hang here, I'll go find my phone, about the text. And then she disappeared, drank wine. We saw the whole thing. Cynthia says that Ramona's low-key delusional. I think she's high-key delusional. And she says that Ramona has a lying problem, which I thought was really funny. Again, Kyle says, I don't think it's about the bill. Kyle the camera says Cynthia gets really upset easy and has a bone to pick with everyone. Again, I can't believe I'm going to say it, but Kyle's right on the nose here. I like Cynthia, but what the hell? What's going on with her? I don't know. Okay. So then Lou, she says she's stewing over the pushover thing, and she says, I love you to Teresa, but I can't get this backbone / pushover thing out of my mind. You don't know me well enough to say that. Okay, so in the rare moment of insight, and I sound like I'm being so mean to Teresa, I don't mean it, but a rare moment of insight, Teresa points out, listen, I don't think you have beef with me. I think your anger is misguided. I think you should be saying these things to Ramona, but you're taking it out on me. I was just like, holy balls, have I been wrong this whole time about Teresa? That's pretty insightful, I thought. Ramona is like, why is the focus on me? Is that how boring you all are? You can only talk about me? And Kenya's like, oh God, really? She gets up, walks away. Teresa's mad, said her dad wouldn't allow people to walk away from the table, but it didn't end up being a big deal because Kyle went and talked to her, and Ramona's still talking about the bill. Kenya's upset with herself that she lost it today. I think she means like knocking the drink out of Ramona's hand. Kyle wants them back at the table for Teresa's dinner. Teresa went to all this trouble, so she talks Kenya into going back to the table. Back at the table, Ramona is saying she told the makeup lady. We're still talking about the makeup lady. Ramona sucks. She has a history of being a horrible person to anybody in any kind of service position, so I will never take her side on any of this. And the editors clearly show she was just a drunken mess and wandering around, and that's not even an excuse. She's just a drunken mess. And she was awful, and she was rude and inconsiderate, and that seems to be her whole MO. So Ramona's arguing with herself, saying it's bullshit, and she has no bills and a great credit score. She's wandered off at this point. And then she says, I look good in yellow. She's like, whoa. Okay, Kenya back at the table says, I think she's delusional, possibly insane. She apologized to everyone about Kenya's apologizing to everybody about her own behavior earlier on the boat. She says she likes to curse at people elegantly and twirl. I can appreciate that. Asks if Ramona needs her dementia medication and says, you're clearly insane for coming at me like that. Ramona's off talking to the crew behind the scenes and says, do you like to be attacked? Can I have a little more red wine? I mean, it was just such a funny way to end the episode. They didn't even do a Housewives After Dark this time. They didn't need it because Ramona drank all the alcohol on the entire island. And that's it for the episode, you guys. I thought this was so good. I loved every minute of it. You guys told me it was going to be fantastic. Thank you for the heads up. I'm going to be honest, I'm probably going to go watch it again after this recap because I really did enjoy it. And I love this season, and I'm so glad to be talking about it. So that's it for the episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. You guys have been really supportive on the series, and you guys that come around all the time. I appreciate everything. Everybody that's joined recently, welcome. Thank you for being here. You know what? I appreciate every single one of you. I really do. And thank you for everything. And I hope you have a fantastic day. And I will talk to you guys again soon. I can't wait for the next episode. I wish I knew when it was coming out. I don't know. They seem to drop a couple on Thursdays. We'll see how many we get next Thursday. I don't know. Sometimes they drop on Tuesdays. When they come out, I'll be talking about it. I'm going to try to figure out how to do Selling Sunset next, I think. Because I did like that show. I don't know if season 4 will be any good. I might try an episode or two and see how it goes. Netflix is a little harder to get pictures of. It's a whole thing, but we'll see what we can do. We'll see. But if not, I'll see about the Jen Shaw thing. Of course, I always do Below Deck. I'm trying to cover Salt Lake City. We'll just see how that goes. But check back with me a lot. I got a lot of stuff coming out. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I will be talking to you guys again very soon. Take care. Stay healthy and safe. Bye-bye.